Alright, so this is the last video on models for explaining human memory. This video is going to look at the organization of long-term memory and the semantic network theory. So long-term memory is a separate store that can hold different types of memory, and this video is going to look at how these are organized within it. So we've got long-term memory here, and another little picture diagram here that shows how long-term memory is divided into different sections. So the first type of memory that we have is called procedural memory. So these are learnt actions and skills, and it is usually how we do things. So procedural is like a how we do things. How do we ride a bike? How do we walk? How do we do things? And it is usually expressed in actions. These memories are the most resistant to forgetting. So we are likely to always remember how to walk, for instance, always remember how to ride a bike. But how we do things is usually quite easy for us to remember long term. Declarative memories are facts and rules. So these can be expressed in words or symbols. For instance, memory of names, faces, words, and dates. And there's two types of declarative memories that we need to know about. So the first one is semantic memories. So this is a type of declarative memory that's used for impersonal factual information. That is a table, that is a chair, we are in April, but impersonal things. These memories are quite resistant to forgetting. And then lastly, there's episodic memory as part of declarative memory, and these are personally significant events. When is your birthday? The date of this? A special event that's happened in the past, but stuff that's personal and significant for you. These memories are the least resistant to forgetting. So they're usually some of the first things that information that is lost, personal information. For instance, there's this thing called a flashbulb memory. So recalling exactly what you were doing and where you were when a particularly important or exciting emotional event happened. So long-term memory, I like this picture here. There's procedural, so remembering how to do something. So procedural is the how, is the most resistant to forgetting, so we remember them easily. Declarative memories has two parts. Semantic memories are facts, I know what this is, and episodic are personal things. I know when my birthday is, I remember my 18th birthday party. And episodic memories are the least resistant to forgetting, so are more likely to be forgotten when compared to the other two types of memory. The other thing that we need to discuss is the semantic network theory. So this is a theory of how information in long-term memory is stored and organized in a hierarchical network of linked meanings. So long-term memories are stored and organized in concepts, so nodes, based on shared meanings and connections through meaningful links. I always think about the semantic network theory in terms of like these visual diagrams here, where you've made links to other words or meanings of things, and the visual sort of representation of the semantic network theory. So a couple of points. Information with similar meanings are stored close together, and they've got short, strong links that are remembered more quickly. So if things have similar meanings, you can usually recall that information quite quickly, or the next item fairly quickly. Different concepts are stored further apart. They have long, weak lines that take longer to retrieve them. So if you think about sort of this stuff here, we've got colors on the left side here, colors are all sort of closely together. If we're moving through all these dogs and animals, you can see over here we've got information about birds. The links between the part or different types of birds or different things to do with birds and the colors is long and would be quite lengthy and weak to get to. But for instance, the colors and the canary are linked, so that would be a fairly strong memory trace there between those two things, because they're sort of got similar meanings and they're joined together more closely. Groupings may be based on similarities of rules, images, categories, symbols, formal meanings or personal meanings. It depends. Everyone's semantic network theory would be quite different. Retrieving memories involves a memory search using a cue as a trigger for targeting memory, and this involves tracing the association along a link until you hit the target. So for instance, you can't remember the name of a person and you ask somebody, or can you describe when I last saw them? Can you describe where I would have seen them before? And somebody can give you that information. You can follow your memory trace to, say, that event, and then you can put that person, oh, that's right, that's so-and-so. So it's sort of like how the semantic network theory works. And there's a couple of pictures there that sort of represents how this might look visually for you.